What's up, LEGO fans? Welcome to my channel, Pete's Bricks, the LEGO channel for the common LEGO fan. And because Marvel's Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania movie is coming pretty soon, I thought now was the perfect time to make a bunch of LEGO Ant-Man content. I wanted to start with a throwback review looking at the single LEGO set we got for the first Ant-Man movie. This set is from 2015. We're going to look at the minifigures, the set itself, and lastly, we're going to answer the question, does this LEGO set still hold up to today? Before we jump into this video, please leave a like, leave a comment, and most importantly, subscribe. It only takes 1 second. But without further ado, let's jump over to my Lightbox and check out this LEGO Ant-Man set from 2015. Okay, so here's the whole set right here. Here's everything you get. Let's start off with some stats. This is set 76039 Ant-Man Final Battle. It retailed for $19.99 USD. It includes 195 pieces and it came out in the year 2015. You get a total of 3 minifigures included. First, let's check out some of the larger builds of the set. So first up, we have a very large ant build right there. That is the ant Anthony, I believe, from Ant-Man 1, the first Ant-Man movie. This is the ant that Ant-Man rides, especially in the final battle. I don't know why he's blue, honestly. I don't know why they made him blue if he's just a large ant. He does have some dark red on the bottom there, along with 6 legs, using those kind of creepy spider pieces, which I believe originated from the Legends of Chima theme. He has that large bulbous looking ant part in the back right there with some pink there. I don't know why that's pink. We have the head. It has 2 eyes that you can kind of see on the side, along with some large pincers right there. Now, what I do like about the head is that you have 2 studs right there, so you can attach a figure and it looks like the ant got him. I did want to talk about the massive wings. So each of these 2 wings are just large plastic pieces that you kind of bend and you interlock there with that Bionicle, and those Technic pieces and those long pins kind of keeps them all together right there. So I am the type of guy that prefers large cloth or plastic pieces to represent wings. I think this is the best way and the only way to represent large, thin wings like these. I don't think they could have done these brick built at all. I think this is really the only option, and personally, for what it is, I think they both look great. Lastly, there is room to put Ant-Man on the top right there. So it's pretty common in LEGO Marvel sets or even DC sets for these side builds to be pretty lackluster. Kind of random stuff kind of thrown in just to increase the part count or price. However, I think this side build is pretty creative and imaginative, and I've never seen anything like this before. Because Ant-Man has shrunk down and the ant seems giant because he's tiny, they decided to make some giant LEGO pieces. So you get a 1x1 red brick and a 1x2 plate in yellow. You got the LEGO logo on the tops right there. Those are provided with stickers, which I kind of prefer to prints because you can just buy a bunch of the sticker sheets and add those onto more LEGO pieces to make more giant LEGO pieces if you'd like. Some large scale screws are also included. You get stickers for the tops of those. These are not LEGO pieces, these are just large screws, but I think those are pretty cool anyway. The play feature is that you can load a screw into this little area here using that white life preserver, and you simply just kind of, well, let's see. Okay, then you just kind of flip that up and it shoots. You know, it's a fine play feature. It is a pretty meta concept that you have these giant LEGO pieces with a small LEGO guy. I don't know, I just think it's pretty cool, and it adds to the perspective that your LEGO figures have shrunk down. Okay, now it's time for my favorite part of the video, and that is checking out the minifigures. You get a total of 3 minifigures. Here is Scott Lang Ant-Man. Pretty decent figure. It's pretty good actually for 2015. I like the helmet. You get a nice torso, waist, and leg print. I do think the print on the back is pretty nicely detailed with his backpack and extra details on there. I think the face is okay. It kind of matches Scott as seen in the Ant-Man movie, though it is a reuse of Ezra Bridger from Star Wars Rebels. Right there is the alternate face. He looks kind of curious, inquisitive, unsure. Not really sure what type of expression that is. You know, looking at it here, I do think it kind of looks like him. The black eyebrows, they should be brown, right? But overall, I think it's a fine face to get. At least it's not just a really generic face like an angry clone face that we get still to this day for a lot of different characters. The helmet itself does feature two different plastics. You have that gray plastic, and then you have the translucent red that you can see in the eyes and in the red going up the eyes. You can also get a good view of it from the side. You see right there, the red fills up the side of the ear areas. I think it's a pretty fantastic Ant-Man helmet. My only criticism would be that the mouth is completely exposed. You can't close it at all. In the movie, of course, he has that thing that he can put aside, but usually his whole face is covered with the helmet. I'm going to make a video comparing this Ant-Man helmet to the newer Ant-Man helmet. And I'm kind of torn on if I like the new one better or the old one. For a more in-depth look at this minifigure's helmet, make sure to subscribe and stay tuned for a brand new LEGO comparison video where I will be comparing this LEGO Ant-Man helmet to the new Ant-Man helmet. Right here we have the villain of the Ant-Man movie. This right here is Yellow Jacket. And Yellow Jacket is one of my favorite LEGO Marvel minifigures of all time. I'm not talking just MCU. I'm not talking just villains. I'm talking of all time. This figure is that good. I did use some clear pieces at the bottom to kind of elevate him. Those clear parts are not included in the set. However, they're very easy to acquire and to attach, and I think it's a very good way of really showing off this minifigure. So just looking at the printing on the torso, the waist, and legs, very cool. He does have some printing on the back, but that is usually going to be covered up by his large backpack. Some people really do not like stud shooters. However, I think these two shooters you get right here are pretty good for play. And they're just really menacing looking cannons. Of course, you can remove them if you really want. The back is built up with some pretty simple pieces and some translucent yellow parts. Again, pretty simple parts used to great effect. Removing the backpack, we can get a closer look at the back printing. Very detailed. Very detailed for something you're not going to see most of the time, but I definitely appreciate the effort put into this figure. Let's talk about the best part of this entire figure, and that is the helmet. You have gray and translucent yellow with printing over all that. What a fantastic helmet mold. I wish they put this amount of effort into more LEGO Marvel characters. I'm looking at you, Wasp, from the next set I'm going to review. I think this helmet is fantastic. The printing, the way you're able to see the eyes through there, it's just absolutely fantastic. This is a single-use mold, meaning they made it for this character and they have never used it again. So this whole helmet is 100% exclusive to this set. If there's one thing I could see people criticizing, it is the rather plain looking head this guy has. This face has been used on so many different characters, from random guards to policemen to Bruce Wayne to apparently Yellow Jacket. Again, I can see people complaining about this just to have something to complain about. This never bothered me. The character looks like a guy in the movie, you know, bald. He doesn't need an extra hair. I think it works fine for the character, and this is probably the best minifigure of this set. However, we do have one more minifigure to look at. So this black and red Ant-Man figure right here is supposed to be Hank Pym, the original Ant-Man from the Ant-Man movie. And, you know, it's not accurate at all. This never appeared in the movie. Let's take off that helmet. The helmet is the same as the Ant-Man head. Instead of gray, it has black and translucent red. Apparently, they thought Michael Douglas looked like Gandalf, so they used the Gandalf head there. Instead of making a new face print, I would have liked a new face print since this is just Gandalf right there. You get that alternate Gandalf screaming expression. Yeah, he is kind of a funny looking figure. However, I think this is cool. Yes, the print is exactly the same as the normal Ant-Man on the right, just more parts are blacked out and other parts are just made red. red and black are the only two colors in this torso and leg print. Even though it's not accurate at all, I think this is a pretty fun figure. You could just swap out the Gandalf head and add on your Scott Lang Ant-Man head, and there you have an alternate Ant-Man suit. Maybe it's a stealth suit. Maybe it's an extra suit in case his regular suit gets damaged. You just gotta have some imagination. I really don't care that it's not accurate. Of course, that would be the #1 criticism I've heard the most. It's not accurate. It wasn't in the movie. Still, I think it's a pretty cool looking toy. Definitely, I'm happy to have this in my collection. In fact, I think all of the figures from this set are spot on. Oh, and you also get these two large blue ants, which kind of creep me out a bit. I think they're from the Lego Indiana Jones Kingdom of a Crystal Skull movie sets. I believe those were in red, and here you get them in blue for the first time. That Indiana Jones movie with those ants kind of traumatized me. So these ants I find to be extremely creepy, but you know, it's a nice inclusion. Some nice accessories for Ant-Man to hold, and they just add some extra characters and elements to play with in the set. Finally, here is everything you get in the set. The 3 minifigures, the side build, and the giant ant. Is this worth $20? I want to say no, but I really like it. So you get those dual molded parts for the helmets, the large ant. I would say I would like this to have been $15, but $20 is fine, I think. And especially now, Lego sets are more expensive than ever. I could definitely see this going for $25 to $30 today. So 20 bucks for this, I think it's a fair deal. Does it hold up to today? Yes, I think the figures are great. Sure, this guy up here could have been more accurate. Sure, this guy's details on his torso are a little plain. However, Yellow Jacket is fantastic. I did want to point out that every single one of these 2015 minifigures has leg printing, and leg printing is something that Lego Marvel has just been lacking in severely lately. They have been skipping leg printing, as you'll see in the Ant-Man and the Wasp set that I will review next. Only one of those 3 minifigures features leg printing, which is pretty sad. Well, there you have it. As I said in the review, I think this set is pretty awesome, and it definitely holds up to today. The figures are awesome, even though that kind of extra one that's not in the movie, well, it's not in the movie, and it's not really accurate to anything. I still think it is a pretty cool minifigure, and I had a lot of fun with it. And just kind of an extra sort of Easter egg figure. Ant-Man is really cool with that really cool helmet. Yellow Jacket, awesome Lego Ant-Man figure. One of my favorite Lego Marvel figures, period. If you can find this on the aftermarket for a good price, I would recommend getting it, as I've heard rumors that Yellow Jacket's coming back to the MCU. Maybe not. It's a rumor, so it's probably, you know, wrong. But anyway, thanks for watching the video. I hope you got something out of that review. Stay tuned for more Lego Ant-Man content on my channel. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you like to see more content like this. But with that being said, have a good day, keep building, God bless, and I will see you guys in the next Lego video on my channel, Pete's Bricks.